Chosen ones, you've felt it in your bones, haven't you? The stirring, the awakening that separates you from the crowd. Your spirit knows when something is off, when energy shifts, and when someone oversteps their boundaries. In a world that often underestimates you, there are those who dare to challenge what they do not understand. But little do they know, there's a warning that comes with confronting a chosen one. It's a warning that echoes through time, a subtle whisper that says, "Tread carefully, for you know not the power you awaken." From ancient days to the present, there has always been a force that protects the chosen. It's not about retaliation or seeking revenge. It's about the natural order that governs those who walk in divine purpose. Messing with a chosen one is more than just an act of defiance. It's a call to the unknown forces that lie within you, forces that have been dormant, waiting for a reason to rise. You stand as a testament to resilience, strength, and a power that cannot be easily shaken. They may not see it, but every step you take, every breath you draw, carries the weight of countless battles won and challenges overcome. And when they cross the line, that's when they'll see what happens when you mess with a chosen one. The strength of a chosen one isn't always visible. It doesn't parade itself around or demand attention. Instead, it waits, biding its time in the shadows, calm and steady like the ocean before a storm. But make no mistake, when the moment comes, that strength roars to life with a force that leaves others speechless. They thought they could test you, didn't they? Maybe they mistook your kindness for weakness or your silence for acceptance. But the truth is, you were never silent. You were simply observing, gathering your power and waiting for the right moment to show them just who they were dealing with. It's often said that a lion doesn't need to announce its presence, and neither do you. There's an old saying, "Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength." It's in this waiting that the chosen ones gather power, drawing from the well of divine energy that has been gifted to them. And when the time comes to act, that power doesn't just trickle out, it bursts forth, unstoppable and undeniable. They'll see it in your eyes first, that flicker of determination, the silent promise that you will not be moved. It's in these moments that the world realizes it has underestimated you. But by then, it's already too late. The power of the chosen one isn't just physical. It's spiritual, emotional, and deeply rooted in a connection that goes beyond this realm. When you take a stand, it's not just you standing. It's the ancestors who've walked this path before you, the divine energy that flows through your veins, and the purpose that has been etched into your very soul. And for those who dare to cross you, they'll soon realize that there's a strength in you that cannot be matched, measured, or broken. But here's the thing, they don't just see your strength, they feel it. It's like a wave crashing over them, leaving them breathless and shaken. And as they stumble back, trying to regain their footing, they're left with one lingering question. How did they not see this coming? And just as they begin to understand the magnitude of what they've awakened, you take a step forward. Because this is just the beginning. They've only glimpsed a fraction of your power, and what comes next is something they could never have prepared for. It often starts with a simple misunderstanding. Perhaps they believe they can push you just a little, testing the waters to see how much you'll tolerate. But with each step they take into your territory, they unknowingly begin a dance with forces far greater than themselves. They've crossed a line, and the universe has taken note. There's a reason why boundaries exist. They are not just markers of space, but sacred lines that protect the essence of who you are. And when someone crosses these lines, they're not just challenging you, they're challenging the very principles that keep the world in balance. You feel it, don't you? That subtle shift in energy, the moment when their actions go from harmless curiosity to blatant disrespect. It's as if something within you awakens, a force that has been resting but now stirs with purpose. You could let it slide, turn the other cheek, and pretend that nothing has changed. But something tells you that this time, things are different. This time, you need to take a stand. Yeshua once said, "Do not give what is holy to dogs. Do not throw your pearls before swine." These words echo in your mind, a reminder that not everyone is worthy of the light you carry. It's not about being superior or looking down on others. It's about recognizing that your gift, your power, is sacred. and those who do not respect it will soon understand the consequences of their actions. As they continue to test you, the air thickens, charged with an unspoken tension. You can feel the power building within you, waiting for the moment to be unleashed. And when that moment arrives, it won't be loud or chaotic. It will be swift, decisive, and impossible to ignore. Because when a chosen one responds, they do so with the authority of every force that stands behind them. And just as they realize their mistake, as the weight of their actions presses down upon them, you'll be ready to show them exactly what happens when you mess with a chosen one. But this is only the beginning. Patience is a virtue, but it's also a weapon. There's a strength in waiting, in biding your time while the world rushes around you in chaos. For the chosen ones, patience isn't about sitting idle. It's about allowing the universe to align, preparing for the moment when your power will be needed most. They may think that your calm demeanor means you're unbothered or unaware, but they couldn't be more wrong. You're watching, observing every move, every word, every intention that surrounds you. You're not ignoring them. You're simply giving them the space to reveal themselves, to show you who they truly are. Patience is a force that many underestimate. It's the art of knowing when to move and when to stay still. It's in these quiet moments that the chosen ones gather their strength, preparing for the inevitable challenge that lies ahead. You've learned to wait because you understand that some battles are won not by force, but by endurance. As you stand in the midst of this test, you realize that there's a certain beauty in waiting. It's in the silence that you find clarity, and in the stillness, you discover your true power. They will never understand this, the peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where you need to be. But make no mistake, this patience isn't endless. It's merely the calm before the storm, the deep breath before the plunge. When the time comes, you will move, and when you do, it will be with a power that has been carefully cultivated, patiently waiting to be unleashed. And as you take that first step forward, the air shifts. They can feel it, the change, the awakening, the undeniable force that you've become. They've been given time to reconsider, to step back and leave you be. But for those who refuse to heed the warning, what comes next will be a lesson they won't soon forget. There comes a moment when the veil is lifted, and the true power of the chosen one is revealed. It doesn't happen suddenly. Rather, it's an awakening, like a dormant volcano that has finally decided it's time to erupt. For those who doubted or challenged you, this is the moment they'll wish they had never crossed paths with you. Your strength isn't just in your physical presence, it's in the invisible force that surrounds you. This power has always been there, lying just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. And when that moment arrives, there's no turning back. The world has underestimated you for far too long. They thought that because you were quiet, you were weak. Because you were patient, you were passive. But the truth is, every second you waited, every moment you held back, was simply preparation for this very instant. And now, it's time to show them what you're truly capable of. Yeshua once demonstrated the power of hidden strength when he calmed the raging storm with just a word: "Peace, be still." It was a reminder that true power doesn't need to be loud or aggressive. It simply is. It moves when it's ready, and when it does, nothing can stand in its way. You feel the energy coursing through your veins, surging like a tidal wave. It's as if every challenge, every obstacle, and every doubter has added fuel to this moment, feeding the fire that burns within you. And now, as you step forward, the ground trembles, and those who dared to stand against you are faced with a force beyond their comprehension. But this is only the beginning. They've witnessed your power, but they have yet to understand the depth of it. As they stumble back, fear flickering in their eyes, you pause, allowing them to catch a glimpse of what's to come. Because when a chosen one is unleashed, the world will never be the same again. Respect is a currency that not everyone can afford, but it's one that the chosen ones understand all too well. It's not demanded, it's earned. And when someone chooses to disrespect a chosen one, they unknowingly invite consequences that reach far beyond what they could have imagined. You've always been one to give respect freely, believing in the good in others, even when they've done nothing to deserve it. But there comes a time when disrespect can no longer be ignored. It's not about pride or ego. It's about standing up for the light within you that refuses to be dimmed by the actions of others. They thought they could say what they wanted, do as they pleased, without repercussions. But every action has a reaction, and for them, this is where the lesson begins. There's an energy that surrounds the chosen ones, an invisible shield that deflects negativity. And when that energy is challenged, it responds in kind. In the words of Yeshua, "For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." This truth rings louder than ever, as those who disrespected you now find themselves facing the consequences of their actions. It's not about revenge, it's about balance, ensuring that the energy they put out into the world returns to them tenfold. As they try to regain their footing, scrambling to understand what went wrong, you stand firm. You didn't ask for this battle, but you're more than prepared to face it. They'll soon realize that messing with a chosen one isn't just a mistake, it's a lesson in humility, a reminder that some forces should never be trifled with. But as they begin to understand the gravity of their actions, the question remains, will they learn from this, or will they continue to challenge the very essence of who you are? Only time will tell. Peace has always been your weapon of choice. It's the calm that surrounds you, the quiet strength that others often mistake for weakness. But what they fail to realize is that within this peace lies a power so immense, it can shake the very foundations of those who dare to challenge it. There's a reason why you don't react to every slight, why you refuse to be drawn into petty conflicts. It's not because you're indifferent. It's because you understand that real power doesn't need to prove itself. It simply exists, waiting for the right moment to make its presence known. There comes a time, however, when peace must transform, when the still waters must rise into a wave of undeniable strength. And that time is now. You've watched as they pushed, as they prodded, testing your patience, believing that you would remain passive forever. But they were wrong. The power of a chosen one doesn't lie in their ability to fight back. It lies in their ability to stand firm, to remain unshaken, even in the face of adversity. Yeshua once said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." But even the peacemakers know when it's time to act, when it's time to turn that peace into a force that cannot be ignored. As you take that first step forward, the air seems to crackle with energy. The peace that once surrounded you now becomes a mantle of power, a shield that protects, and a weapon that strikes fear into the hearts of those who doubted you. They'll see it in your eyes, the transformation, the shift from calm to unstoppable force. And as they begin to back away, realizing that they've awakened something far greater than themselves, you stand tall, ready to face whatever comes next. Because when a chosen one turns their peace into power, there's no force on earth that can stand against them. There's a calm that comes before a storm, an eerie silence that fills the air just before everything changes. It's in this moment that they realize what they've done, that they've crossed a line that should have never been approached. And now, they must face the wrath of the chosen one. Wrath doesn't mean anger. It doesn't mean losing control or acting out of spite. For the chosen, wrath is simply the manifestation of their true power, the unfiltered expression of the strength that lies within them. It's the force that emerges when all other options have been exhausted, when patience has run its course, and peace has been tested one too many times. You didn't want it to come to this, but they left you no choice. They thought they could challenge you, that their words and actions would somehow diminish your light. But they were wrong. Yeshua demonstrated righteous wrath when he overturned the tables in the temple, declaring, "My house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves." It wasn't anger that drove him. It was the need to restore order, to remind the world of the power that resides in truth. As you stand before them, your presence becomes a force of nature. There's no need for words. Your energy speaks for you. They feel it, the weight of every battle you fought, the strength of every challenge you've overcome. It's as if the very ground trembles beneath your feet, a reminder that they are standing in the presence of something far greater than themselves. But as they begin to understand the true extent of your power, they are left with one question. Will they continue to challenge the chosen, or will they finally learn the lesson that life has been trying to teach them all along? Only time will reveal the answer. Humility is a lesson often learned the hard way, and for those who dared to challenge a chosen one, the lesson has arrived. It's not about proving them wrong or seeking vengeance, it's about showing them the truth, the undeniable reality that there are forces in this world far greater than their pride or arrogance. You've always carried yourself with grace, allowing others to believe what they want, even when you knew the truth. But now, as they stand before you, stripped of their illusions, they begin to understand what it means to be humbled in the presence of true power. Yeshua once spoke of humility when he said, "Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." These words echo in the air as they struggle to comprehend the power that stands before them. They thought they were untouchable, that they could control or diminish you, but now they see that they were never in control to begin with. You move with purpose, each step a reminder of the strength that comes from knowing who you are. They watch, unable to look away, as the reality of their actions settles over them like a heavy fog. For the first time they see themselves clearly, and it's not a pleasant sight. But this is not about punishment. It's about teaching them what it means to respect the sacred, to honor the power that resides within the chosen. As they bow their heads, not out of fear but out of newfound understanding, you feel a sense of peace wash over you. This is the moment they begin to change, the moment they realize that messing with a chosen one was never about a battle. It was about a lesson. And as you turn to walk away, leaving them to ponder the path they've chosen, one question lingers in the air. Will they rise from this lesson transformed, or will they fall back into the shadows of their own ignorance? Only time will tell. Every journey has a turning point, a moment where choices must be made and paths must be chosen. For those who have crossed the chosen one, this is that moment. It's a crossroads where they must decide whether they will seek redemption or continue down the path of regret. You've seen it before, people who, when faced with the truth, choose to change, to grow, to become something more. But you've also seen those who, even in the face of undeniable power, cling to their pride, refusing to acknowledge their own mistakes. The choice is theirs, but the consequences are set. The power of redemption lies in the willingness to admit one's faults, to recognize that no one is perfect, not even those who stand against a chosen one. Yeshua once extended grace to those who sought it, saying, "Neither do I condemn you, go and sin no more." It's a reminder that even in the face of judgment, there is always room for forgiveness. As they stand before you, their eyes searching for answers, you offer them a choice. It's not about forcing them to change, it's about giving them the opportunity to find their way back to the light. You know that true power isn't about holding grudges or seeking revenge. It's about offering a path to redemption, even to those who have wronged you. But not everyone will take this path. Some will choose to remain in the shadows, clinging to their regrets, unable to let go of the past. And as they turn away, refusing the chance to change, you feel a sense of sorrow, knowing that they have missed an opportunity to become something greater. Yet for those who choose to seek redemption, a new journey begins. One filled with hope, growth, and the possibility of becoming something more than they ever imagined. And as they take that first step towards the light, they look back one last time, realizing that they've been given a chance that few ever receive. But the question remains, will they make the most of it, or will they fall back into the darkness that once consumed them? Only time will reveal the answer. Victory doesn't always look the way we expect. It's not always about standing atop a mountain or hearing the cheers of those around you. Sometimes victory is found in the quiet moments, in the knowledge that you stayed true to yourself even when the world tried to break you. You've walked this journey with grace, strength, and an unyielding spirit. They've challenged you, doubted you, and even tried to bring you down. But through it all, you remained steadfast, never losing sight of who you are. And now, as the dust settles, the truth becomes clear. The chosen one always prevails. There's a power in knowing that you have nothing to prove, that your worth isn't defined by the opinions of others. This victory isn't about showing them that you were right. It's about proving to yourself that you were always capable, always powerful, and always chosen. Yeshua once said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." These words resonate deeply as you stand in the aftermath of every challenge you faced. You didn't just survive, you thrived, and now your light shines brighter than ever before. Those who once doubted you now stand in awe, unable to deny the power and presence that you carry. They see you, truly see you for the first time, and they understand that you were never just an ordinary being. You were always meant for something greater. But this is not the end. Your journey continues, and with every step you grow stronger, more resilient, and more in tune with the divine purpose that guides you. The world may still challenge you, and there will be more battles to fight, but you face them with the knowledge that you are unstoppable. As you walk away, leaving behind the echoes of those who once tried to break you, one question lingers in the air. What new heights will you reach? What new challenges will you conquer? The possibilities are endless, and as you take that next step, you know that this is only the beginning of something extraordinary. Because a chosen one never stops growing, never stops rising, and your story is far from over. Chosen ones. If you enjoy our videos and would like to support our channel, feel free to buy us a coffee. The link will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.